Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is JBS. Got a little bit of a different video today that I wanted to bring up. I think someone in 1OP chat was talking about looking at different journals, and there was some talk on, how do you sort of catalog and analyze your trades. And I wanted to share something kind of new that I've been doing that really I felt like I should have done probably as soon as I started trading, but I was not that cognizant and maybe a bit lazy at times because it is quite a bit of work, but it's about just how do you track your trades. So I think a lot of people will have some sort of journal, whether it's Trader Sync. I use Trades Viz. I switched over to Trades Viz last year. I had Trader Sync before. And that's really great for first just logging everything you have, just seeing your P&L, and you can kind of just, I like to use it for splitting across different setups. So if I want to say, hey, how are my earnings time spreads doing versus my maybe short-term swing scalps versus my put credit spreads, I can kind of quickly just filter. I can tag those separately, and then I can filter on how those are doing. It also helps me track now that I have some sort of core setups that I feel very strongly about, like my swing scalps. I can quickly see how those are doing for the month versus maybe more experimental quote unquote setups that I still don't feel confident taking full size. Something like maybe longer term swings, maybe parabolic moves, maybe something like a weekly at the money, that I'm trying out, or even debit spreads, so I can kind of filter from, okay, what is kind of an R&D, what's kind of working. So I think the journal in terms of that is very helpful for qualitative stats, but I also find that there's just a lot of usually there's just a lot of stats and ways you can slice and dice your trades, and not all of it is helpful. So I was messing around a lot with, at the time, okay, like how many trades per day am I taking, or what's my scratch percentage, and all those things are important and helpful. And if you really don't know where to go, you can really dig into those. But reading Pete's article on the trade management report card, he talks about having a qualitative side to it and just writing out your thoughts on your trade, what are your expectations, what's your entry, and I like to think of the four things, right? What's your setup? What's your entry? How are you going to manage the trade? Where are you going to add? Where are you going to scale out? Where are you going to scale in? And then where would you exit the trade? And what do you expect the market to do? What do you expect the stock to do? How quickly is that move going to happen? What's the price action going to look like? So kind of writing out that template qualitatively helps a lot. And also just categorizing your setups and marking your charts and taking screenshots and marking your charts has helped me a lot. So I want to share an example of that today. I've been working on my day trades, and I'm gonna, if it goes well, so far it's going well. I'm about 3 weeks in, so I want to do it for 3 months, but it's off to a good start. If it goes well, I will make a video on just what different kind of day trades I like to take. How do I plan and manage the day trading? What did I learn? What's my process like? So if that goes well, and I'm able to achieve a 75% win rate, profit factor of 2, at least 100 trades, and actually, most importantly, over 3 months. The 3 months to me is a little bit more important than the 100 trades because the macro conditions could change, and I want to be able to day trade in different macro conditions. But all that being said, basically, if I can prove that I'm consistently profitable day trading, then I will post a video on how I kind of day trade, and hopefully could help some people out. If I can't do that, then I'm not going to post a video because I do not know what I'm talking about. So I only want to post something or give advice when I really feel that I have achieved something consistent here. But as a part of that process, I was looking at what are different kinds of stock trends. What are how do they set up? How do they categorize? So I'm going to give an example here. So I was looking at these grinder setups, and if you look at intraday charts, there's stocks that just kind of grind straight up or straight down. And I saw these, and these are really just some really great picks. And I wanted to see how could I take advantage of these opportunities. So every day I started to look for the best day trading stocks and see what kind of category do they fall under. So let's look at something like um, maybe Dell is a pretty good one. I think Kava is a really good one. CLF is nice. So we can pick any one of these. Let's just look at here. Let's look at Dell, or let's look at Kava here. Okay, so you can see here I said, okay, I'm doing a day trade. So what I need to know is first, what's the D1 chart look like on the stock? I like to pick stocks with really nice D1 charts if I'm going long. I also put in the stock chart with the TI I use. So I use relative strength and LRSI on the bottom. I have VWAP, I have the 8 EMA, I have key bars, I have the prior day high and low. I also have the HUD up so I can see just generally some of the characteristics of these stocks. And I have the SPY overlay in the background. Ideally, I would have also the SPY M5 chart with the actual candlesticks, but because there's just not enough space on one slide to fit all of that, I just kept the line and I annotated it on the side over here. So I have all this over here. And for these, I actually have put in the HA chart here because looking at the HA chart for this type of structure has proven to be very, very helpful. You can see that usually on these if there's an HA reversal, there's not a good example here, but maybe let's see if I can find a good example of an HA reversal somewhere here. Like Amgen, for example. Here's a nice HA reversal. So in terms of this trade structure, it provides a really nice entry point. But anyways, back to how I'm setting this up here. So I take all these screenshots, put it on the chart, and then I annotate the story. And I say, okay, so this blue here is looking at the setup. And then this green 4 over here, that's when I say, hey, I think this is when I would enter the trade based on what I see in the stock and in the market. That's the best time to enter. The second blue says, hey, the stock produced, the market's still looking good. I'm going to add here. These purple arrows are me either scaling out or taking profits. So I mark this up on the chart, and looking at this pattern really helps me to say that, okay, what's really the best time to enter this trade and why is it the best time to enter this trade? So I talk about the setup on the D1, I talk about the setup on the N5, and the numbers I have on the right over here match up to the numbers at the beginning. So if we look at example here, I say, look, we have Kava, that's a nice bullish flag above the AVWAP E. Has a little bit of TA coming over here, but breaking through some of this TA earlier in the day. Has some room to this, filling in this gap. Kava's looking very, very strong. Nice relative strength, good LRSI over here. So we see this break above this D1 resistance level, test it a little bit, and then we get some liftoff at 4. I also noticed that we have this upward sloping channel, this bullish channel. So when the stock hits the top of this bullish channel, goes sideways for a bit, hits the bottom of the channel, and then starts to get lift off, we get this compression break, and then that's a really favorable time to enter the trend. So the clue here was in this first maybe 2 hours of the trade. And then we ride this move up, and now we see that the stock has reached some D1 resistance. The trend is strong, but we're not as worried. We're maybe a little bit worried about the reversal, right? So we get in here, we add in over here, and then saying, okay, well, there's a D1 resistance, so I probably would have taken some profits here, or at least scaled out partially, and waited to see if we get some follow through. So we break out, we don't get the follow through, and we fall back in the range, and then that's when we would exit the trade. So I mark all that up. And then I just do that many, many days in a row. So this probably has about 60 charts, M5 just marked up. Here's another one, CLF. This is on the bearish side. I talk about some of the setups, some of the clues that I see. Here's the HA chart of CLF. Here is the breakdown of CLF. So it is, just kind of marking these over and over again. And after you mark about maybe 15 or 20 charts of similar patterns, you can see a lot of different, you kind of notice these patterns faster in real time. You'll kind of see, okay, this is the right time to add. This is not the right time to add. Oh, I missed my entry over here. I should wait for the next entry. And you even see how the nature of the stock changes. So here, this is Dell. We get a gap down, fills in the gap really quickly. So this is a really nice setup. Grinds up higher and actually pulls away a little bit. And this pull away means we got to retest. This 8 EMA gets a little bit ahead of itself. Compress for a little bit. We preserve all these gains. And then we get the next leg higher. And then we get a bit of a deeper retracement here to test this level back at this high. Make a double top. Late in the day, you can take your profits over here on Dell. So you kind of just notice more of these clues and more of these patterns. Every time you mark and annotate the chart, you just repeat and you're just training your pattern recognition skills and also your skills in avoiding danger, right? And recognizing warning signs, right? Like recognizing that this is a deeper retracement and a double top and late in the day, that's a sign to get out, right? And if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't really know when to get out. Conversely, if you're confident in the setup, you know that we're making a new high of the day, the market's looking strong. This is a good time to get in. Ride the trade up. We pull back, market's compressing a little bit, stock is compressing, but we hold most of the gains. We kind of get a little bit of a foothold here, and then we go up higher. So if you know what to look for and you train what to look for, it gets a lot easier, in these setups over here. Here's another one. So that one was just for day trading. Here's one for swing trading. So if you look on the left, I have different sections. So I was looking at, hey, what's a good time to take a long aggressive swing, right? Here's the setup. Here's when I would add to the swing over here. How big is the winner, right? So in this case, I say, hey, it's 11 ATR winner. That's a pretty nice winner. Here's JPM again. GE, here's another winner here. So, here are all the scenarios of the price action. So the next time we get some sort of crazy, market reversal, we get a really strong move, I'll know kind of what to do. And if I don't know what to do, I can refer back to these charts. And I can refer back to these charts during the day so I know kind of what I'm looking for. So as I'm doing this here, and if I have new setups, so something like a weekly at the money, right, where I'm like, okay, let me try something new. I tried NVAX, and I got out quickly because it got pretty bullish. So, just trying out these setups, seeing what's happening both in SPY and the market, and just marking where I would exit and why did I exit, reinforces a lot of the concepts, and you really focus on what you may have missed in the market because you're focusing on so many things. So I hope this helps in terms of categorizing your journal. So what I do is upload my trades to my journal. That's the first thing I do. Tag the trades with the relevant tag. So if it's a weekly at the money or a put credit spread or a debit spread, tag those relevant trades. And then once it's over there, I really perform most of the analysis outside the journal, one in my written setup and in my chart marking. So those two are the qualitative ways I look at my trades and see what I did well and then what I could have improved on. All right, that's it for this video. And you can have as many, by the way, PowerPoints as you want. So this is one just for earnings time spreads that I'm tracking. I have one for day trading. I have a separate one for my day trading challenge where I'll mark up and I'll grade. I'm looking at different things. I'm grading myself over here. So you can split it up however you want, but that's pretty much it. Hope you guys found this helpful.